Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to do another quick Dahlia tour, and this is going to be another one that I'm not going to edit, but I thought I'll show you all the Dahlias before I harvest later on for all the orders. Let's go. This is a nice view from beside the shed with all the Dahlias blooming. We're going to start from the very start. The sweet peas now are going over, so won't be long before I pull them out. Give a bit more airflow to the Dahlias on the edge. But look how many there is. There's still so many to open, but within the next week or two. This is one of my favourites now as well. Not sure of the name of it, but this is the first bloom. Then we've got our white. Look at this one. It's very bright. See if I can find the name of that one. No name. I'm gonna do one video where I pull all the names out, but in this one it's just gonna be a quick. It's been very busy here with all the harvests, and August is gonna be even busier. But look at these ones. So many lovely blooms. This is Dusty Beauty. Look at this one. Lovely pink. There's the straw flowers. They've been pumping out blooms. I'm gonna have to do a big harvest soon for drying. Then we've got our agapanthus at the end. Some of these are repeats because I didn't put all the Dahlias in the same beds because the cuttings were different stages. There's so many lovely. I think this is Pink Pearl. Then we've got more oranges. But look at the view. It's really nice, especially before the harvest. But tonight they're all going to be harvested for orders, so I wanted to show you before. Look at this one. Huge. These are from cuttings that came from Kenya. We've got our Cinder Rose. Definitely my top favourite. Number one this year. Absolutely perfect. This one's gonna be number 3, I think, this year. I think this is Bloomquist Cream. I think this is another Bloomquist. I'm not sure. Some of these are starting to open, but it's been so dry. They open with an open center, which is due to the dry weather we've had. Plants are a bit stressed. This is Islander. Absolutely massive blooms. Look at, in comparison to my hand, huge. Looks like we have some droppings of a caterpillar, which is not good. Gonna have to look for them. Same here. Seems like some caterpillars are having a go. There's some oranges. They will be lovely for an autumn harvest, but they will be harvested. There's oranges on the order as well, so pretty much every colour is ordered. There's the pet old charms. They are the ones that were open centre a lot because they were stressed, and now they're starting to send out doubles. So I just come around and pick all the heads off. I have let some plants go to seed here, so I'm gonna collect. This is lovely. It's so rich the camera doesn't even pick it up. Stunning. Just perfection. This is Diane. Lovely white. We blush center. KAS Pearl. Nice big blooms. More cinder rose. There's some of the cheddar. But I have been harvesting last week quite a lot. A couple hundred blooms have been harvested out of here already, so we're definitely into the Dahlia swing. This is Megandine, always very popular. Lovely pink. Bit slow to start blooming this year. And then we've got all the buckets for status harvest very soon. We'll get a quick glance here. That's where the snapdragons were and Canterbury bells. They're all cut. Hoping for another reflush of this snapdragons. There's all the status I'm going to harvest out. Lovely rich colour. And then more dahlias at the back. We've got our oranges, pinks, purples, into oranges again. That's Sylvia. I just walk over there here. There's a hedgehog living in here somewhere. We've seen it yesterday. This orange one has been lovely but quite short. I've cut them down, hoping for a taller reflush. These are the last cuttings that were put in. They're starting to bud up, so it won't be long before they bloom. And then the dahlias in the tunnel, looking really nice. That's a lovely blush. They were opening with open center quite a lot at the start, and now there's more and more opening doubles, so that's good news, because I was worried for a while that they're all going to be singles, but they're not. There's more of them outside, and amaranthus in between. These are all from the plugs from Kenya. Look at this sea of colour. This is, I think the name of it is lavender. There's one you can see what way when the plant's dressed. It just sends out this single. Still lovely, but we want the big doubles. Should look at the zinnias first. We have a big order for zinnias as well. This is just a sea of colour in here. There's birds. Hopefully we can harvest out 60 out of here this evening. But these are going to look unreal in about another week or two. And then just a quick look on the annuals. We've got our Ami mages. It's actually Ami Biznaga. I can never grow it successfully. This is first year. They came as pluck plants. Some plants still look a bit yellowish. Then we've got our patch of gladioli and excuse me, delphiniums. And then our wee patch of feverfew, that's where all the Canterbury bells were. You can see they're definitely over. That's the patch of snapdragons, they're still going strong. Then we've got our patch of cosmos, lovely apricot, white, pink. Then we've got our daisies, this explosion grass, and then here we've got some amaranthus, and then Achilea, which is starting to fall over because it wasn't netted. But I'll give you a wee update on the Lysianthus as well. This must be the latest amethyst. Lysianthus is going to bloom last, but there's loads of buds. I think this is pink, but it's quite weak stemmed. But then the apricots, ooh, so much bigger, and they're full in bud. So maybe another 2 weeks we'll get our first blooms. They're looking lovely. And then our asters, I've harvested loads out of here yesterday. A lot of the plants got some mold disease and died off. Even our celosia is doing something. The couple plants that survived. And then here it's just a mix of zinnias. That's where all the celosia died. We got a lot of rain one time and it all flooded. And then we got our late planted cosmos, and then some Dahlia cottons that have been rooting for a while, and I've put them out here just to get them to root a bit more. So I hope you liked that quick tour. Last one seemed to be very popular without all the editing. It's just reality, what way it is. And I'm gonna probably take some small videos after the harvest and post it as well, what it all looks like harvested. Thank you for watching. Bye.